You know, you could stay here forever if you wanted to. There's one tiny thing we have to do first. Today's look is the other mother from Coraline. I was feeling kind of inspired by American Gods and decided I needed to do a Neil Gaiman character. So you have the other mother. Let's get started. You're first going to paint your entire face, down your neck, and onto your chest all white. If things are looking a little patchy, go over with the white twice, or you can use a cream-based paint and then set that with a powder. Now, if you want to save yourself some time, go ahead and map out your face structure before you paint it all white. This way you don't have to go over the black a few times to get it completely black and opaque. But if you are lazy like me, you can just go ahead and go over it a few times, and we're just trying to get that really sharp, jagged, bug-like structure. If I was to do this makeup again, I probably would have done it by completely covering my eyebrows, but you know, there's so much happening, it usually doesn't show up too badly in the end result. So go ahead and cover your eyebrows if you would like to. If not, go ahead and just paint them white as you can and then put in your new eyebrows. We're now just going to do some general shading around the new face structure, trying to give it some curves and edges, and then we're going to go in and really define some of the shapes more. You're going to want to really focus around your cheekbone area. This is where the face really hollows out, so you're going to want to use a heavy hand. Hey, Toots, I'm going to take it to the Beetle Ball. Net, 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 net. Once you're done being an idiot, you're going to go ahead and start putting all the cracks in your face. These don't need to be clean at all. Go ahead and make them pretty jaggedy and unruly. Depending how long you'll be wearing this makeup, you may choose to not paint on your teeth and paint your lips black instead. That's totally up to you. I decided to paint on teeth as I wanted to look very menacing at all times. It's going to look a little strange at first, but you're going to now attach your mouth to your cheekbone. It may seem weird looking at first, but trust me, it has a creepy end result. See? Creepy. And now you're just going to shade around your mouth. And if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I always go back through and darken up my contour because they are never dark enough when I initially put them down. So just go ahead and shade around everything until you're happy, and then you're going to take a fine brush and you're going to shade around all the cracks. While you're doing that, try to keep a space between the cracks and the shading, that way it gives a natural highlight. And speaking of highlights, go ahead and add some where you see fit. I'm not going everywhere, I'm just strategically placing some around the face. This is probably the hardest part of the entire makeup, is drawing on your button eyes. Every eye shape is going to be different, so you're going to just need to do the best you can with your eye shape. I end up having to put a lot over the top of my eye and very little underneath, and have to go all the way up to my natural eyebrows to kind of get the shape I need, so do what you need to make it work best on your face. You're then going to go around and put some highlights around your buttons so that way they look a little more three-dimensional, and then you're later going to put in the crosses with the thread. Depending on the color of the button you decide to go with, these colors may be different, but try to make sure you keep your eyes closed until everything is completely dry. To try to keep this video below, 10 minutes or more, I decided to just block in my body chest area without having to show you guys. It's pretty straightforward. Just look at the shapes I've built here, and then you're going to start shading your skeleton like chest structure. I would definitely suggest pulling up a reference picture or some sort of model of your character, because her chest piece is actually quite unique and very strange looking, so having something there to reference back is perfect. I also ended up shading a lot more down here than I did on the face, since I kind of wanted it to recess back into my costume more, which in the character design kind of makes sense. So feel free to shade as much or as little as you want. And then to separate my dress collar thing, I decided not to paint in the whole dress, but just the collar. I am then separating it from the black outline with a highlight of a lighter gray, and then you're going to take a brush and dab on all these dots. It takes a while, but it actually looks pretty cool when it's done. And then I'm just taking a black shadow and kind of darkening some of the edges to make them recede backwards. And that's it, you are now the other mother. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up so I can keep catering my channel to the things you want most.